What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with a Friday edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Cal Raleigh goes yard. Cal Raleigh goes yard. Oh, yeah. And, just want to throw out that I hit every single play in the morning in the premium Discord, added a bunch in there. But not only that, I hit the parlay for you with ease. 5 runs total. San Diego, San Francisco. You got the over together. Yes, you're damn right. I parlayed them together in the premium Discord last night. I said, if you're listening, you need to be parlaying these together, and they come through with ease. The over of Philly and Toronto was done in the second or third inning. Jesus Luzardo, whew. Whoa, daddy. But anyway, Dylan Cease goes over 6.5 strikeouts. That cashes. Tyler Soderstrom goes over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs at plus money. That made no sense. Cash that one. Overall, just a smash of a morning and afternoon. We'll see how the evening window goes because I ended up on some interesting home runs yet again. Anthony Volpe. We'll talk about him a little bit today and why it is that my model is starting to really, really like him and why we cashed a plus 860 home run on him earlier in the week. And well, he's going to be on the card here for Friday, but producer Jacob's ready to rock. I'm ready to roll. It's the freaking weekend, baby. We're not going to finish that. Hopefully we get along, unlike Elon and Trump, and we're probably all screwed anyway. Let's get to the picks, shall we? Lindy 5, if you guys want to spend $5 and come kick it with me, yeah, interesting day on X, on Twitter, on whatever you want to call Elon's platform. What a world. What a weird thing that was. But anyway, let's talk about baseball. I want to talk about baseball. We got Miami and we got the Rays. They are starting early in the morning. I don't know why I did it in that key. But Miami and Tampa, this one's really strange to me because Edward Cabrera, Zach Littell. I assume it's Edward Cabrera, although they haven't really announced it. And Miami gets swept. The absolute rug taken out from under them against the Colorado Rockies. Now, shout out the Colorado Rockies social media. One of the best tweets that I've seen in a long time. Man, I'm giving X a lot of love on this show. I mean, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have X, so keep that afloat, Elon. Anyway, we're done talking about them. We got the Mets. Not the Mets. We got an interesting one here right from the get-go. Stowers 2+ bases. Stowers 2+ bases. That's what we're paying attention to here with Miami and Tampa Bay. As for the next game up here on your radar, Phillies and Pittsburgh. The Phillies just getting absolutely trounced and not getting after bad pitchers. And then Chris Bassett, I'll give the benefit of the doubt to, but the lefties couldn't even do anything against him. He's given up infinity homers to lefties on the season. I'm very happy I didn't bet any of them, but this lineup is colder than ice, and I'm not a hot streaks guy, but I will say Pittsburgh plus 1.5 with Bailey Falter, and then any iteration of who they end up getting here from the Philadelphia side. I think Joe Ross might end up getting called into duty, which, whew, what a time to be alive. CJ Abrams, Texas and Washington. Washington, just great hitting environments. PCA goes yard there in that first inning. Kind of mad that I left him off the card, but it was such short numbers on every Chicago Cubs player. You can't bet everything you want. You can't bet everything that you want. I think that's how it goes. But Abrams' home run might be a little bit interesting for us, left on left. And that's kind of what I'm hoping because it's Patrick Corbin homecoming season, friends. Going up against Michael Soroka, and both of these guys give up hard contact both sides of the plate. So just letting it be known. Let it be known. Something's going to show up in that game. Not sure what yet, but Abrams homer have to be better than plus 440, but we'll see. I doubt it gets there. Patrick Corbin's been much better and much improved. We got ourselves the next bushel of plays. Arizona Cincy. I don't know where this line ends up dropping at, but it's going back and forth. And I think Arizona gets a pretty good pitcher out on the mound in Eduardo Rodriguez and Nick Lodolo on the other side. But I don't know what exactly we get from Eduardo Rodriguez. 4.37 expected ERA. It's been a long time coming here. Hasn't pitched now for almost a month, since the 14th of May. So yeah, I guess 3 weeks and change. But either way, he did not look right. He did not look okay. 9.75 ERA in 3 starts in May. I'm not sure what we get out of him, but I think I want to find out. I might be looking at alts or ladder team totals for the Cincinnati Reds, and I never thought I would say that in a million years. That's why they're Lindy's Leans here at the moment. Again, no accountability to it, but if they end up as plays, you'll damn sure trust that I'm accountable to it. I'll just post it on X. God damn it, talked about him. Next slide. We got Detroit minus 1.5. You got Tariq Skubal against who knows for the Chicago Cubs. They end up having their Colin Ray after Drew Pomeranz starter set that they kind of go to. No clue who ends up getting the starting nod here. They have a million different options. Could be, I stay flexing in my candy paint, rolling tank, 7 drink, on a native full swing. It's Chris flexing. We got Houston with Christian Walker here going up against Logan Allen. And Logan Allen is terrible, horrible, no good, very bad. And I know I'm an AL Central hater because I'm a Minnesota Twins fan. And I'm a Minnesota sports fan. I hate everything. But Colton Gordon on the other side, 269 xWOBA, looks really good. Gives up fly ball contact. It is a tough ballpark when you talk about some of the power, but he neutralizes lefty power because wouldn't you know it, he's a lefty. Yeah, we'll call him in from the pen, but he's actually starting the game. So there's that. I think this is definitely advantage Houston, and Houston's one of those lines that I'm going to be tracking throughout the day because I think you might find an advantageous spot because I do not like Logan Allen, and you have a 9-man righty rotation coming at you here. Well, not rotation, starting lineup. Addison Barger, I don't think I'm a chalk donkey. He's not been on the card one time for me, but Addison Barger has undeniably gone from not hitting baseballs to hitting really hard baseballs. We're talking 54.6% hard hit, 12.9 degree launch angle, 55% hard hit now for the third baseman on the season. In fact, he basically just won the job from Ernie Clement, although Clement can play second base, so they could probably move them both around. I guess Barker can too. He played some in AAA, but when I look at Bailey Ober, I'm not a fan. 24 degree launch angle. You got only an 18.6% K rate. That's normally a superpower. Had a couple of decent starts here, but the hard hit profile is just too good for these guys like Barger and Vlad and whomever else. So why not at least give the starting nod to say, hey, let's start our process here and revisit Barger. If you want to know if I end up on it, at Eric Lindquist, a lot of people have been asking me questions, been giving you the answers and giving you the parlay tickets. Here you go. Spoon feed it for you like your Ezekiel Elliott. His rookie season, not the version that we saw last year. The Dodgers taking on the Cardinals and Sonny Gray versus question mark. But question marks are sometimes fun because you get these bullpen spots. And I think the Dodgers, we'll see, they ended up winning 6-5 here against the Metsies this afternoon after Alonso goes yard yet again today. Absurd stuff. But you had Francisco Lindor out of the lineup today. It was so weird. But the Dodgers, this is one of those spots where you have a worse pitcher for sure going to be out on the mound here. Very curious to see where books start dropping some of these numbers. I expect plus money if I'm going to bet the Dodgers. Don't know that I get it because I don't know if you heard that lineup's pretty good. They're pretty good. Let's run out the leans section, shall we? Again, Lindy's leans, likes, and locks. Likes, that's going to be what we get to here next. Oh, wouldn't you know it, Cal Raleigh. Teams are going to start walking this guy, right? Like, there were 2 times against Zach Eflin where first base was open, and there was a guy on second. His first 2 at-bats, he smacked baseballs. In fact, he should have had 3 home runs in that game. I didn't end up betting the second. I tweeted out, hey, I'm thinking about this and Corey Seager, and I didn't end up pulling the trigger on the doubles. But he obviously cashes for everybody, plus 280, plus 300. Those were the prevailing numbers. Saw a plus 320 for a quick second. Tried to snipe that one. But Cal Raleigh, they're going to start walking him eventually. And guess what else? You got guys ahead of him who get on base, specifically J.P. Crawford, and put him back up in the 2-hole. I know the cleanup spot is the main spot you want to have him because of Julio Rodriguez and because of J.P. Crawford and because, well, some of these other pieces. But Kyle Hendricks on the mound, ballpark that plays way up for lefty power. Better from his left side, Cal Raleigh? Yeah, we're going to be paying very close attention to some of his numbers tomorrow, although they're already pretty short for tomorrow. Baltimore taking on the A's. Runs, friends, runs. We got Dean Kramer and who God knows for the frickin', they've had to utilize Mitch Spence a bunch. The Luis Severino's broken. Their starting rotation, their pets' heads are falling off. I expect runs. That is all I wanted you to know. AAA ballpark. Those are good times, but also good times. The Lindy Discord. Lindy 5, all it is $5 to join. And trust me, this morning would have been an advantageous time to come jump on in there because you got Austin Riley homer. That was not posted anywhere. It was the only solo homer that I had for any play anywhere. Again, I try to give out some freebies over on X at Eric Lindquist where you can follow me, but the premium Discord gets priority because, well, they're paying to be there and it's $5. You guys want to come see what all the hype is about? You want to jump on in. You just want to come on in. Lindy $5 for your first week. And it's not just me, but Eitan Chander, Greg Ehrenberg. Good times, friends. Good times. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right, let's keep the momentum going. To the likes and the plays we go. I got 5 of them on the board for you here as I adjust my camera. Boston taking on the Yankees. Oh, Yankees win. Or Yeah, I like that voice. But we're actually going to talk Anthony Volpe here because this is one that is just crazy to me. It was the beginning of the week, and I kind of was doing some revamping and figuring out batted ball profiles. And we have so much new information on baseball, Savant, and I've kind of intertwined some of it in a pretty special way. Obviously, if you're in the premium Discord, you know your results the last 3 weeks are out of control. That doesn't happen by magic. It isn't sorcery. And what happens is we get sample size on guys, and we start seeing who's going to be something that I can predict going forward and what is something that I think is loud noises. That's kind of my confusion with Addison Barker. I don't know whether I should be betting him or not, but it's definitely something that I'm going to look further and further into. Anthony Volpe and the Torpedo Bats got off to a hot start, and then word kind of quieted down around them. And I think it's very easy to figure out what's going on with Anthony Volpe. He is pulling the baseball a lot, and it is short porch in left, 318 to left, and 314 to right in Yankee Stadium. Notice how I haven't had Anthony Volpe a home run on the card whatsoever all season long until this week. He ends up on it on Monday. He ends up on it on Thursday, and, well, he gave us the home run. I guess it would have been Tuesday, but anyway, he hits a plus 860 homer. It was plus 600 today, and I still felt pretty good about it because the data I'm looking at, he's got 7 homers on the season, only a 433 expected slugging. But the big thing is the launch. The launch is up. He's getting himself a little bit better at home, and the exit velocity off the bat up 3 miles per hour year over year. Now, the home ballpark and the parameters of the home ballpark are very, very important because if you go through his data this season, 7 home runs, 7 of his balls would have left Yankee Stadium. The only ballparks where it would have been more is Great American Small Park and Sacramento, that little AAA thing that they're playing out there for the Athletics. Those are the only 2 ballparks where it's been increased. Now, Tampa Bay, presumptively you could basically say, oh, it's tied at 7. Houston's tied at 7. But that's the point, is that it's identical at some of these shorter to left porch type spots. It's not, I mean, it is science is what it is. It's not brain science, though. We're looking for polls. We're looking for loft. We want to get ourselves Anthony Volpe on the card. Plus 425 or better, and I guarantee you he'll be much higher than that considering he's been number 7 in the order here over and over and over and over, friends. Anthony Volpe to go yard. I like it tomorrow. Hopefully that made some sense. Again, there's a lot more information behind it that I want to get into, and maybe we'll get some process-driven stuff where I can talk you through that over on X as well. God, I gave them another nod. But yeah, that's where you can follow me and ask me questions as long as it's still operating. Kansas City on the run line, taking on the White Sox, and friends. We've got such an interesting spot here because the Kansas City Royals play a doubleheader. They utilize their entire bullpen in the first game. So now they're going to get a full day of rest here coming into the evening. They end up losing that game to St. Louis in 10 innings, but we'll see how this second game ends up finishing up. The White Sox, I'm actually thinking are the interesting spot. Now, I technically only have 4 bets. I have not bet this one yet, but I want to at least have it high on your radar because it's the White Sox and people love to bet against them. And I get that Jack is really cool and he ends up getting the double. He ends up cashing the bet that would have been from the day before, and I forgot to put it in, but every other bet that I posted in the morning hit, so I don't feel that bad about it. But I feel bad and yucky and grimy suggesting people bet the White Sox, and I'm a little bit mad because, well, Twitter and YouTube got really mad at me the other day when I recommended them, and they put the smackdown on Detroit. Just an insane run out in that one. But Seth Lugo gives up power. 507 expected slugging, 361 xWOBA, 14-degree launch angle. You have a fully stretched out bullpen coming off of everybody pitching basically on Thursday. And Davis Martin, and an entire operational Death Star of terrible pitchers behind him, but you're seeing Jordan Leisure and Sean Berkey and Adrian Hauser, depending. Like, there's just lots of ways where we can get ourselves to the White Sox. I think you have to find your way. You have to find their way onto some White Sox here. A new ownership. Producer Jacob dropping the tidbits over in the old Discord. Or no, he just texted me that. I love Mr. Jacob. Chicago White Sox, better than plus 160 would be ideally where I want to get them, but I would actually play it up 152. I'm just going to sit back, wait, and let everything unfold for Kansas City this evening. San Diego and Milwaukee. This one is another prop that I have played. This one, you can get yourself some plus money on it right away. I hate Randy Vasquez. I always have, I always will. Now, this could end up closing way higher here, but Christian Yelich is what the kids would call hot. And hot streaks are not things I care about. In fact, I wish Christian Yelich was on my card more, but his launch angle, 1.7 degree launch angle, has always been a problem for me. It's always made it very difficult to trust that I'm getting paid off when I bet him for home run numbers because they're short and he makes hard contact and his back is still intact and everything looks good. But 2+ bags doesn't really have to consider that whatsoever. So Christian Yelich, friends, against Randy Vasquez is an awesome target. I don't want to bet the homers, even in Milwaukee here, but we're going to start getting into the summer months, have that roof open. Let's have the kids over on the weekend. Yeah, pay attention to the roof information. Always something I want to pay attention to at every ballpark, every single time, but it's not readily available in Milwaukee as of right now. But Yelich, 2+ bases. I'd be all right leaving this off the card if you're looking for more money lines and things of that nature. I got you covered here. Let's go to an over, shall we? But first, Lindy one, you go to the link below, friends. That is 2 free weeks of Portfolio EV for the best NBA, MLB, NHL, WNBA bets in the entire industry at your disposal. All you do is go to oddshopper.com or download the OddShopper app. You go to the video description box below, or you just simply, Google it, the Google machine. Lindy one, use that code, you'll get 2 weeks free. It's really as simple as that. And you want to talk through the process, how to put a portfolio together. You want to get the best bets in your state. Hey, I only have, Pick'em. I only have Fliff. I only have Rebet. I only have, these sweepstakes books. I only have these marketplace books. Well, we have all of it listed for you, including Bovada getting added here. So I know that's interesting to all of the people. Lindy one, friends, Portfolio EV, no matter what state you're in, we got you covered. Alrighty, y'all. 2 more. Oh, the Metsies taking on the Rockies, coming off of massive. Well, no, the Mets lost today. But anyway, the Rockies, winners of 3 straight. That's so funny. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah, pitching. Pitching is not good. The Mets, Kadai Senga, I think is phenomenal. But how does the Ghost Fork play at altitude? I have no idea. No idea. It's a pitch predicated on no spin. It's a pitch predicated on moving around in the air. And if that isn't working, you're not going to get as much strikeout as what you might be expecting, my friends. And then you got yourself on the other side, Anthony Senzatella against the Metsies, who put up 5+ runs like every single day now, against a fully operational Pete Alonso. And a day of rest for Francisco Lindor. May he forever reign. I don't know what I'm saying there, but I do know that the over is 10.5. Fire it into the freaking atmosphere. This would be a lock on under certain situations, but hey, I'm rolling. Hit my last 2 locks in between this show and between Discord. Had an amazing couple of days. I don't want to push my luck. I'm just going to keep doing the process, keep doing my thing, put my thing down, zip it and reverse it. It's here for a difference when yet. Nobody knows what that means, but it's provocative and it's backwards. Let's get to one more play. I'm done talking. The Braves, maybe the most horrific loss of the entire season, up 7 runs. 7 runs, I believe it was, going into the 9th. Lose as Iglesias blows the save and they just go apeshit. And what the hell did I even watch? But now they got to go over, and they got Schwellenbach, who's been pretty good and much improved over his last couple starts. But I'm getting plus money with the San Francisco Giants and Hayden Birdsong, who I do think is going to continue to rack up strikeouts and look much, much better here as a starting pitcher than he did his last go around. Now, it's gone well for him out of the pen, but even if it ends up being an abbreviated start, you have a number of pieces in that San Francisco pen that I kind of like. They win a close one, keep that under going. But Hayden Birdsong, 2.37 ERA, 25% K rate, which is about where I expect him to be even as a starting pitcher. I don't know what to tell you other than I'm getting plus money against a team that just had to bring Craig Kimbrell into the rotation here for tomorrow. Best of luck for that. Let me know how it goes for you. San Francisco money line. Real ones know what I was just doing. But anyway, San Francisco money line plus money against this just free-falling Atlanta Braves team. I like it. And that does it for another week in the books of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for tomorrow. Thank you, producer Jacob, as always. Lindy5, jump in the Discord. Water's warm. We also have tons more coming your way throughout the entire weekend. Premium Discord. Stay apprised for it. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Friday. The rest of the weekend, see you back here on Monday.